Robert Downey Jr. and his wife's special rules. Robert and Susan Downey have been together for 20 years. They've survived addictions and career difficulties together. How did they do it? It's all down to their special rules. Robert met Susan after divorcing Deborah Falconer. He and Deborah married after just 42 days together. Before that, he had a relationship with Sarah Jessica Parker. Both times the couple divorced due to Robert's addiction. RDJ fell in love right away, but Susan didn't. She thought he was strange, but she liked him as an actor. Susan suggested him to Guy Ritchie.
Without Susan, Robert might not have become Sherlock Holmes,
said Ritchie. She admitted she didn't see a future with him, but Robert kept asking her out. The third time he did it, she said yes.
He is an incredible mixture of contradictory traits.
Susan says.
He is eccentric, but down to earth. He is an adult, but he has Peter Pan in him.
Robert and Susan had nothing in common. She was a promising producer. His career was in ruins. He was making Gothica. Part of his salary was withheld until the end of production. The reason was his addiction. Susan gave Robert an ultimatum. Either the drugs go, or she does. Robert threw his stash into the ocean. Susan made sure Robert didn't become addicted again. When they married, she barred Shia LaBeouf from their home. She says he can't handle his drink. But at first, RDJ and Susan didn't plan to get married.
I was never a girl who thought about getting married,
Susan said. But Robert proposed to her after 6 months of dating. It was her 30th birthday. Robert nervously asked her,
I was wondering if maybe you'd wanna be my wife one day.
Susan said yes immediately. Robert already had a son, Indio, by Deborah Falconer.
With stepkids, it's hard at first,
Susan admitted, but she didn't try to force anything on Indio. She didn't act like they were family right away. Robert and Susan share 2 children of their own, son Exton and daughter Avery. Robert has stayed away from drugs.
I'm so clean I could be eaten.
He also does housework. He prepares meals. He puts the children to bed. He makes romantic dinners. Robert and Susan have a free pass policy. Susan is okay with Robert kissing other women on screen. This is especially true for Gwyneth Paltrow. She played the girlfriend of Robert's character in MCU. The couple also follows a 2-week rule. Robert and Susan avoid being apart for more than 14 days. Sometimes Robert can come because of filming, so the family goes to where he is. While making Captain America: Civil War, Robert rented a house. He brought in all the furniture from their home. Robert and his wife have a joint business. Team Downey is their own production company. Their projects include Sherlock Holmes 3 and Dolittle. Robert is grateful to his wife for everything. At the 2024 SAG Awards, he said,
Why did I add my wife's name to the list of super talented actors? For 22 years, she flawlessly portrayed a sane and rational person, a person who is happily married to me.